Well, this is our brewery. This is our first brewery.
On one side of a sheet.
We'll bottle a couple more.
This beer is a story about my father. My dad had already lived an extraordinary life before I was born. He was curious, smart, funny, kind, goofy, part scientist, inventor, chef, baseball coach, race car mechanic, you name it. He wanted a family of his own so badly that he turned to science to make it happen.
David had such a reverse vasectomy at the end of 1978, and in March of this year, Marty appeared. And when you first learned that you were pregnant, how did you both, what was the reaction?
We were just hysterical. We were so excited. I think it was the happiest day of our life, really.
David, how about you, that first time that you learned that Carol...
I cried.
He's the first baby born after reverse vasectomy at Michael Reese Hospital. Dr. Kirit Pandya made the miracle possible.
It's my big boy. He doesn't want to have his picture taken. He wants me to go buy him a present at Toys R Us.
Your father was so wonderful, and we were so much in love. He was an amazing man.
He always loved to make people laugh. My dad was a goofy and joyful person who seemed to take pride in making other people happy.
Hi, guys. What are you saying?
There was always some kind of project going on, too. I rarely saw him sitting on the couch.
This is what they call a shrinking economy. They're here. Dropped 3 of them on the ground, but that's okay. Molly got them before they got dirty.
There was always something up his sleeve.
He loved me so much, I could feel it. And we were just so madly in love.
All of us here.
Oh, look at this. We're live. Good color.
He likes it. River Road.
He, was mostly interested when we would go to the yacht club. He would drink martinis, dry martinis with a twist. And so it surprised me when one day he said, let's go look at some breweries. And we went all over the Midwest, and somewhere in between wherever we were looking at breweries and big breweries, he got so inspired to do that, to open up his own brewery. And we sat down and we wrote a business plan together.
So while I was pretty young, I don't remember much about the brew process when we were kids, home brewing with our dad in Chicago.
Guys, it's dinner time.
When we went and bought that old 1932 refrigerator with the motor on the top and started collecting things.
One thing I do remember is that my mom didn't like the smell of the malt and the hops. It would give her a headache or something like that.
Open it all the way, honey.
What do you mean?
Okay, stop. That's good. That's good.
So we would have to wait for the symphony to be going on, and so she would go to the Chicago Symphony Orchestra with her friends, and Dad would play music, and we would do the boil and brew the beer in the kitchen and just have fun. I just always remember it being a fun time. We were always having a good time.
Yes. I adopted him on Father's Day.
One thing I remember about brewing beer in Chicago back in the 80s was our bottling line that we had set up in our utility room.
And it was wonderful. And you and Chris were on the line. We put them into bottles.
See, the beer is passing through this big jug, through the tube, down into the automatic bottle filler, and then it's being passed over to the capper. Chris hands Marty a bottle.
They were really great.
See? Chris takes the bottles out of the case, hands them to Marty. Marty fills them. Then Marty passes them to me. I kept them. Then we give them back
to me, and
Chris
I'd run it back to the box, put it in the box, and then hand Dad another bottle.
This is my brother that hands me the beer. And
We had it down to a system that just worked perfectly.
And my
We'll
brother
be in the bottles for 6 or 7 weeks, and it'll be tremendous. It doesn't overflow. What a beautiful brewery we have. What lucky boys we are.
So it wasn't until we moved to Searcy that he really started brewing and opening up Melrose Pizza.
At the pizza restaurant in Searcy, Melrose Pizza, I was allowed to chop the mushrooms. That was my only job, and I thought that was a very big deal.
I wonder what kind of dance he calls that.
My dad, David, got sick with Alzheimer's when I was young, and he passed when I was 25. Even as his memory faded, that friendliness never did. He was still him, genuine and kind and full of light.
You in the bathtub with like a mattress on top of you, but the rest of us would be out on the porch.
He always was looking, and every time it rained, those are good memories that I have of just sitting on the porch with him.
Watching light and drinking a beer.
Yeah, I didn't always drink a beer, but...
A lot of the time you did?
No, never.
Don't always drink a beer.
Of all his passions and projects, he was most dedicated to opening a brewery. When he passed in 2014, my brother, sister, and I found those old recipes. That same year, I found Ozark and I applied.
Does it have a viewfinder so you can look through it?
No, it's all, every one of these shots is guesswork so far.
When I brought it into the brewery for the first time, I didn't expect to be overwhelmed like I was. It was neat, it was strange. This piece of paper my dad had dreamed on 40 years ago was finally being walked into a commercial brewery.
When Marty told me we were brewing a beer in Dad's honor, I had no idea what that would actually look like or what it would entail.
Brew Day at Ozark was amazing. Everybody there was so awesome. Brant, Taylor, Travis, of course Andy and Lacey.
It wasn't until we got to Ozark that I realized the importance of this project and just how much time and effort people who didn't even know my dad were putting in. I had never even seen the handwritten recipe until Brew Day, and seeing his handwriting for the first time in years, if not ever, it just hit me. It was so cool to see.
Brant and Andy, we collaborated with my father across all this time. They put so much of themselves into bringing this beer to life.
So, to see this beer come to life, brewed from a recipe he wrote by hand in the 80s in our utility room back in Chicago, it's something pretty damn special. It's a way to bring a little piece of him back to life and share it with others. To everyone at the brewery, thank you. Thank you so much for putting time and effort and heart into honoring my dad. It means the world.
What do you think of all this? Does this mean anything to you that, you know?
Oh my God, yes. Oh my gosh. It means everything to me. I mean, this is our history, our family history. This is so much your father's dream. You said Dad was goofy, smart, protective. You got to say Dad was brilliant. He was brilliant. But it's a good line, be a Dave.
Yeah, exactly.
Be inspired to do something in your life. And that's exactly what your dad did.
Boy, this beer smells so good. It's going to taste just like Heineken.
I don't smell it. Come in here.
What a beautiful brewery we have. What lucky boys we are.
Happy Father's Day, sweetheart.
Thank you very much.
I love you.
Best day.
Happy Father's Day